Ahoy mateys, or Krinsky. Today I will be teaching you how to put a simple mod into, Smashy Bros. Yippee. For the sake of time, I will just be doing something simple. I will be putting a Luigi hat over Diddy Kong. Very cool. Alright, so before you do anything, you do need four things. First, you would need your Smash Ultimate Blender plugin. Cool, look it up, download it. This is SSBH editor. Look it up, download it. It pretty much shows you how your mod looks in the game without having to actually put it in the game yet, which takes some time to do. This is Switch Toolbox. This is pretty much your texture viewer slash exporter. You will definitely need that too. And last but not least, this is Arc Explorer here. You would need this to actually, extract your game files to, actually use them. I can't tell you where to find this, but you find it yourself. Have fun. Alright, once you have this open, you'd pretty much locate your fighter folder. Look at the character that you want. Going to Diddy Kong, going to model, body, and then this is pretty much the alt. You select the alt that you want and press extract file. Alright, great. Since I'm also doing Luigi, I would also locate Luigi and, extract that. But I don't need to do that anymore. Alright. Toolbox. Oops, you could tell that I had multiple takes of this. Alright, where is this? Toolbox. Great. First things first, you need to go to Tools, and I just hit my microphone. And then you would press on Batch Export Textures. You would locate your you'd locate your extracted folder. You would look here, and then you pretty much select everything, and then open, and then export them as PNGs into that same folder. I already did that, so no need to do that again. Alright, we'll come back to this later so that we can replace the texture with our own. So now we're going to go ahead and go into Blender. I'm going to assume that, you already put the plugin in. If you didn't put the plugin, you go to Edit, Preferences, at the plugin. Great. I open a new file here. I delete everything. I press N to open up the plugins side thing. Then I would go over here to Model Importer. From here, I would locate my character that I will be replacing or, editing first. Just for it to be sorted nice and neat. I will wait for this thing to upload. I will import the model here. Takes a little bit sometimes. Great. Here's Diddy Kong. Yippee! Depending on your preference, you may or may not want to use texture or material. Diddy Kong's textures in Blender are kind of broken for some reason, so I use material when I'm working with him. But for pretty much every other character, I'd use texture just so I can see the color and stuff. And if you're editing textures from here, all right. So now I just look for my Luigi folder, which should just be the same thing, but Luigi, great. Wait like a second, import the model here. Great, Luigi's there. I'm gonna move him over. Great, cool. So since I'm just going to be replacing his Diddy Kong's hat, he already has a hat, which is awesome and saves us a bunch of time when it comes to weight painting. This is called cap shape, so we'll keep that in mind. But for now, we're gonna delete that. Now Diddy Kong's bald. Very bald. Very, very bald. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead over to Luigi, and his hat and his clothes are, together. So we need to pretty much delete everything else that is in his hat. There's probably a way easier way to do this, but for me, oops, I selected some things from his thing. I just like going into here and deleting vertices because I like seeing everything just disappear little by little. So let's go ahead and do this. Vertices. See? Everything's just still dying and deleting. Oops. Vertices, and there should be one more. Done. Right, that's it, right? Great. Go into object mode. Now we're gonna Alt key and clear the parent so it goes back over here. Yippee. Alright, now for everything else here, you can locate it on the right side and just go down here, shift click, and delete everything, because we don't need anything else, right? Unless you're gonna be putting something from another character, something else from another character. I would do the mustache as well, but I don't really think that'll look good on Diddy Kong. I may do that on Donkey Kong if I do Donkey Kong. But now we have this hat here that's disconnected. Let's go ahead and try to fit this on Diddy Kong's head, right? I'm trying to do this fast. Let's see here. We can always make things bigger or smaller. I'm gonna make it slightly bigger so it fits a little bit better. Let's see here. Beautiful, fits very well, very snug. Let's go and see if you can view the Luigi texture. Yes, you can. Great. Alright, now that that's done, let's rename this into cap shape like before. You can do that. You don't need to do it. It's just for organization purposes, for me at least. Let's go ahead and select the cap now and select Diddy Kong skeleton, armature, whatever. We would go and Control P, and we would set parent to with empty groups down here. Because I'm doing something simple, it should take the rig from the hat that he had before. If you're doing something a little bit more complicated and that's not already something that's existing on the character, then let's see if the hat works. Hat does work. Look at that, amazing. Then you would need to go into select whatever object that you're doing, go into the weight paint mode. Oops, weight paint mode. I'll select this tab here, go on the side, put the drop down menu, go to vertex groups, and pretty much just go down the list. See over here, everything is weight painted here on the hat because that's what it needs, and you figure things out from there. If it's, you know, there shouldn't be any other weights on this hat besides that one. Yep, all right, we're good. See, awesome. Go back into here. Again, this might take longer depending on what you're doing, but this is fairly simple, so this will be fast. So now let's just go ahead and select the model exporter. Let's select our Smash Ultimate character here. Now it's asking us to go and find our Nusk TB file. That's pretty much, I believe that's the original skeleton file, so it didn't change anything. And then we pretty much press export to a folder. I'm gonna go ahead and locate my Luigi Diddy Kong folder. I separated it into two folders, SSBH and textures, just for, you know, easier sorting. And then over here on the sidebar where you see all these different files, you really don't need anything besides these four here. NumDB, NumShiba, NumShexB, and NuMatB. These three are for model purposes, and this one is for materials and stuff. You don't need the NuMatB if you're doing something that involves the same character. If you're just making edits or like deleting something, or making something funny, you don't need that. But since I'm adding textures and I have something else from another character over, I would need to do that. And then I pretty much press export to this folder, and replace all of the base files that I have in my SSBH folder with the ones that I just exported. Right, I already did that, so I don't need to do that again. Now we're gonna go over here and to Toolbox. I'm gonna go to File, Open Folder, and I'm gonna locate my what's it called? My extracted arc files here. I'm gonna open up Diddy Kong's folder, and pretty much here we'll be able to view all of his files, all of his texture files. Where's his stuff? His clothes are classified under DEF_Diddy. DEF are normally the clothing for the characters. Alp is normally the hair, and everything else is pretty self-explanatory. Let's see. For the sake of simplicity, I'm only changing like the color of his thing. You already saw it at the beginning, but I pretty much press replace. I find my texture that I made for him. Textures folder right here. Close. Amazing. Double click on it, wait for it to load. And press OK. Make sure it's the same size as well when you're editing it. Don't want to be different. Then you press save and you'll locate your SSBH folder and then export it to there and replace the original underscore col file that's there. Great, done. Makes sense? Perfect. Now we're gonna go ahead and navigate to SSBH editor. This is where you can view your game files that you just made. So I'm gonna go here, open folder, and I'm gonna locate my Diddy Kong folder, Diddy. Gonna go to SSBH, select folder, and this should open up with Diddy Kong, right? So you could see my change to his little shirt there worked perfectly fine, but you also may notice that the hat is white and it is not working, right? For the textures, that's because you have to edit the new map B in this application. So you go ahead and select on the new map B. I don't know why the fur is acting up, but just do what it tells you to do. Then you'd go on the cap, right? And you, I didn't tell you to do this before, but you pretty much copy over Luigi's body textures over to Diddy Kong's folder so that it's in here, so that the application recognizes it. Then you'll select his folders. It's also very important to include the NOR PRM and col files all together, as they do different things. Col is the color. I forgot what specifically the NOR file does, but like you can see it like gets rid of all that. Oops, I selected the wrong thing. All that shininess, right? And the PRM is how it reflects the light in the game. So awesome. Once you do that, you would press file and save that. And this is pretty much how it would look in the game. I obviously did not do this well and match the right green to the hat, but whatever, I'll edit that later. From here, you can press meshes and hide expressions just so you could see. And if you also have a animation file from the character, you can go ahead and add a recent folder to workplace and locate that animation folder, and it'll appear on this right side here, and you'll pretty much select an animation. So let's look at his animations. Let's look at his taunts, for example. Let's see here. See, perfect. Look at that. The hat moves just like his hat. See here. Wow, look at that. Awesome. Works perfectly fine. Very beautiful. Very awesome. Look at all that. Hard work pays off. And then from here, you already have all the files that you need. You pretty much just put that in your folder and put in the switch, but I won't be showing all of that because that takes a little bit of time. It's like the same directories as your what's it called, as your exported stuff here. This extracted arc files, it's pretty much the same thing. You go to fighter Diddy model body C00 and dump all of your stuff that you edited in here, and then you throw it inside your switch and it should appear. So that's pretty much it. I hope you learned how to do this well. Yippee.